बोलो राम नाम सत्य है वही सबका सत्य है. Sitaram devotees, may we all kindly please stand as we join our hands together and bow our heads in prayer, asking that Lord Ariyama Pitra Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan to come amongst us this morning and to listen to our prayer and to grant unto this family the courage to bear their loss, but more so to grant unto the soul eternal rest and peace, and bless the remains that it can be cremated and bring an end to this body. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shantakaram Bhojakashainam Padmanabham Sureshaham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrisham Meghavarunam Subhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalaнаinam Yogi Vidyanagamyaham Vande Vishnu Bhaubhayharanam Sarvalokaikanataham Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kamsachanurmardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Anadhinidhano Devaha Shankachakra Gadadhara Akshay Pundari Kaksha hai Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Bolo Ram Nam Satya hai wahi sabka ghat hai. May we all be seated in silence. You can turn to your program, Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare. Pretasya mukhanam Ramjit Ramdeen Deepadanam Maya Datam Pretayananta Dayakam Maya Vyate Tavo Pratishtatam Jai Krishna Hare Sri Krishna Hare Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare Jai 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 Krishna Hare Jai Krishna Hare Sri Krishna Hare Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare Jai 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 Krishna Hare जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो फिर तू ही न केवन वाला हो फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विष को भी कयामृत कर दे पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे तू जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे We all be seated in silence. At this time, we will invite daughter, the daughter-in-law, the grandchildren to come, and then relatives, friends, to pay their last respect. एक दिन हमें भी एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार। राज रंक को ही कल नहीं चिन्हत, सबकी करत आहार, सबकी करत आहार। एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, हो एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार। वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुविधि पर, वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुविधि पर, कोई ना पावत पार, कोई ना पावत पार। एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, हो एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार। वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुविधि पर, वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुविधि पर, कोई ना पावत पार, कोई ना पावत पार। एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, हो एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार। भवसागर में जीवन नैया, भवसागर में जीवन नैया। राम लगावे पार, राम लगावे पार। एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, हो एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जगह चला जात है सारा इसका, कौन ठिकाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। खूब मौज कर देख तमाशा, खूब मौज कर देख तमाशा, खेलन खेलो खेल, करनी है सो कर ले रे बंदे, करनी है सो कर ले रे बंदे, फिर नहीं आना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना। जगह चला जाता है सारा इसका, कौन ठिकाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। कौरी कौरी करके जोरी, कौरी कौरी करके जोरी, भरा खजाना है। संग न जाए कर ले रे बंदे, संग न जाए कर ले रे बंदे, फिर पछताना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जगह चला जाता है सारा इसका, कौन ठिकाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। At this time, I will invite the daughter, Joanne, to deliver the eulogy.
Good morning, everyone. Celebrating the life of Ramjit Ramdeen. Sitaram, good morning. This family would like to extend its gratitude to all relatives and friends who have rendered support in this difficult time of loss and grief. Ramjit Ramdeen, age 67, has been known in a variety of roles: a father, husband, uncle, brother, son, and a great friend. He was born in the rural village of Fishing Pond, where he grew up with his father, Guru Ramdeen, whom he lost at an early age. His mother, Sonia Ramdeen, who departed earlier this year in March of 2021 at the age of 102, and his siblings Ramu, Balaram, Sagar, Kumar, Pulmad, Gulna, and the late Boise. In the early 70s, he met his beloved wife, Sukraji Ramsden, whom he married and had two beautiful children, Joanne and Ronnie Ramdeen. He was also the grandfather of Rishna and father-in-law of Niam. He drove taxi to support his family, along with performing many other tasks. After marriage, he resided at Araput Road, Sanu Grande, with his family. Ramjit had a passion for nature. He enjoyed fishing, hunting, cooking, and socializing with his friends. He was the icon of Ginda Road. Many of his friends referred to him as their father. He loved spending time in his land house. Every morning he leaves for the land with breakfast packed, journeying with his white pickup. The villagers will daily miss seeing him passing through the village, entertaining them with his cooks and fun-filled memories. He was a dedicated worker to his land, always working or using the power saw. Ramjit was always an active and busybody, always willing to assist others. His friends Shirl, Dragon, Shari, Susie, and many others will truly miss him. Now the Lord has called him home. May his soul rest in peace. God bless you, Ramjit. We love you and will miss you dearly.
Bolo Ram Naam Satya Hai. My dear brothers and sisters, we have all assembled this morning to witness the Anteshti Karam of our dear beloved brother Ramjit Ramdeen. I have known him for many years, not only coming to this home to do puja, but as a taxi driver, because when the Sangre Grande Junior Secondary School was opened, that is the first time when they started to build 3 years junior secondary. We were the first batch of children to go there, and he used to bring a trip from Fishing Pond, like Sumin and Kewala. I think they are related to him. And I knew him from then, and then I started to come to his home and perform puja. And I became part of this family because I did his wife's funeral, I did his sister-in-law funeral, and now I am doing his funeral. So the journey was a very long journey as a taxi driver, a hard-working man. But that is so much for him. Today we have to come to terms and recognize the reality of the truth that what we are seeing before our naked eyes is the greatest of all truth. A coffin with a body into it. And whether we like it or we don't, whether we accept it or we don't, we all going to become a product of this one day to come. For he who was born must die. Some of us will say, well, you know, there are so many good times coming, and you could have waited a little bit. Death and time waits on no man. So this morning, when I look around, we are all dying people. We have already started to die. We have already started to make our exit out of this world. And we are witnessing what will be the final destination of our body. He has hands but cannot do. Feet cannot walk. Mouth cannot speak. Ears cannot hear. That is what you call a corpse. But you know how many living corpses we have? People have faith and they don't even want to go to the mandir. They don't want to go to the church nor the masjid. They don't even want to get up and pray. They don't want to do any act of charity. They do nothing. And when you do nothing, you get nothing. But the Lord has designed this in such a way that the science, you come alone and you will go alone. You know, you have a show that's called Home Alone. Well, this is one movie. It is called Come Alone and Go Alone. Don't mind how much you love him, you cannot go with him. This body will be burnt today. Some people will be buried. Ant teshti, ant means end. This is the end of the body. And that is why we bathe the body, we dress the body, we make it look presentable. So we'll be able to have some amount of closure that we have seen him. We put everything to comfort our mind, and then we send him off. But the soul was never born and it will never die. That divine spark came from God, and it will return to the Lord. But in returning to the Lord, we'll either return with good karmas or bad karmas, or both good and bad. So whatever we do, that is what we'll be accountable for. Therefore, since we know that we have to walk this road, do everything possibly good and right, that we live with no regrets. In the 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna clearly states, says, I am your father, I am your mother, I am your grandfather, I am your Lord, I am your refuge, I am your witness, I am everything to you. Therefore, for those who worship ghosts will go to ghosts. Those who worship spirits will go to spirits. Those who worship the dead will go to the dead. But those who worship me will come unto me. And for this reason, the world great religions will teach you to accept a path. And in accepting the pathway, which is a religious pathway, it will lead you to a spiritual path. And that spiritual or salvation. Now some, and you want to have a pound of banana, tell the merchant, look, I don't want the skin, I want the banana. So peel it off and wait, and give me the weight. I'll pay you for that. You will eat it? The skin, the same price for the skin as well as the banana you want. It is just like a lollipop. If $2, how much for a lollipop now? Ronnie, you stop talking lollipop. No, lollipop more expensive than that. When you buy a lollipop, what you want is the lollipop, but it comes with a stick. So the same price you're paying for the lollipop, you pay for the stick. So too with the banana, you have to pay for the skin that protects the banana. And when you get it, you peel off the skin, you eat the banana, and you throw away the skin. What you do, you get into a religion, a well-based science religion, and you follow the tenets of the religion, which will teach you to differentiate between right and wrong, good and bad. And then gradually you start growing up. And you start walking away from being religious and become spiritual. And when you become spiritual, in this life you become a realized soul. And then you live for God. So in living you live for God, and in dying you die for God. And when this day comes, the Lord will be there awaiting you and say, son, you have lived your life for my sake. And let me take you across the ocean of birth and death. But my dear devotees, you have to work to earn it. Life wasn't meant to only Hana, Pina, or Marna. To eat, sleep, mate, and defend. Even animals are doing that. Life must be lived at a much higher level, a level of realizing who I am. I am not this body. This body will be burnt or be buried one day. I am a divine spark of God, which cannot be drowned into the waters, cannot be cut by any weapon, nor burnt into the fire. And that is what we must be concerned about, that it is through this body, which is the instrument, which says in Ramayana, Bare bhagya manush tanupava. It is by good deeds you have secured a human body. And I think that is why the Lord make mirrors. Long time they say look in glass, right? God make mirrors. And when you're dressing, you stand up in front of a mirror and you say, boy, this is me in truth. And when you look at yourself, you balance. Well, ladies will balance off one side from the next side. Make sure it equally have foundation to finish. And you must keep yourself well groomed, because this is a gift from God. Don't keep it anyhow. Nothing is wrong in keeping yourself trim and slim. You must be able to carry the instrument that will elevate the soul through good actions. You see, today, this is called pinda, rice balls. We'll be offering a certain amount. But I want to tell you something. If rice balls used to send men to heaven, the rich people would have buy out all the rice and only them alone would have gone to heaven. You know what are your rice balls? Each day, the good deeds you perform are these balls that will send you blessings. The Lord said, if you want to serve me and serve me right, feed those who are hungry, clothe those who are naked, educate the uneducated, protect those who are weak. But in society today, what we do see, who have, you're giving them. When a barrel full, right? And you pour more water, what has happened? The water go to waste. You're feeding those because you know why? Sometimes you want favors done. But God wants no favors from us. Everything we offer to God is what He has created upon this earth and blessed us. But you notice something. You know, Father's Day has come, Mother's Day has come. Children will take their own parents' money and buy a gift. And in buying the gift, they say, Daddy, happy Father's Day. The father, if he's a true father, he doesn't say, well, you know something? It's my own money, I don't want that. The father will say, if the child could have this thought at this age, I could well imagine when he or she can work for their own monies, how much they will do. But again I say, expectation limits the joy in life. So if they take your money and buy for you, don't have too much expectations, because they might as well buy for their boyfriend, girlfriend and forget you. But what I want to say is this, that when we physically make an offering to God, the main ingredient comes from the heart, which is called love. And the Lord said in the Gita that patram pushpam phalam toyam, those who offer me a flower, a leaf, a grain, a drop of water with love, faith and devotion, I accept it. My Devati is like a birthday, like a wedding. You're going, you carry a gift. And you're going to notice. If you don't care about the person, he said, give me anything, yes, let me carry go. I just have to for formality. When you're going to the Lord, my dear devotees, he didn't ask you for a flower. He didn't ask, he created it. But utilize it to express your love. Likewise, people want to express their love. Come Valentine's Day and say, girl, well, I love you, you're among for rose and chocolate. See what will happen. Next Valentine, somebody else in cake. Be careful. But the science in life is to understand our role. And to understand our role is to make it right with God, with Bhagwan Krishna. That each day we get up, instead asking the Lord for something, we must say, Lord, thank you for life. Thank you that I am alive today. But unfortunate for our brother, he is gone. Thank you for the sunshine. Thank you for the rain. How many of us thank God for all the things we have? But more we have is more we want now. More we have is more we want. But my dear brothers and sisters, koi nale jai hai dhan ban ke ghatariya. Nothing that you come and meet in this world or you earn into this world which is material, you are going to carry it. Look, he live in the house. He live in his children, the grandchild, everybody, and he is going. Ai bhi akela, jai bhi akela, do din ke zindagi, do din ka mila. You come into this world for 2 days. Live it good, live it right, and rejoice with the Lord each day. Give him praise and thanks. How many people get up this morning and they cannot talk? How many people went to bed and they did not get up? My dear friends, count your blessings. And in counting your blessings, you will be able to be successful in life. Death has no respect for age. And if this pandemic didn't teach us a lesson, we'll never learn again. We ain't get through it yet, Every day you're hearing 8 and 10. Day before yesterday was 11 people. Now you're seeing more funeral. You don't even see a wedding. And if you do see a wedding, it's because it's going quiet. How long you haven't seen ladies going by the river to dig dirt for a wedding? How long you see a barat passing? If you do see hear a mic, now when I hear a mic, I don't think of a wedding. I guess a funeral going again. My dear devotees, you does not know which day, which time, which place will be the last. Therefore, learn to live. Give up hatred. Why are we hating when there is very little time to love? Very little time to love. Life is very short. And yet, we would not come to terms. Look, this, what I am going to become. My devotees, I did many COVID funerals. And you know when it now started, it was the worst thing I ever have seen. A sealed box. They don't know if it have a stone or a piece of wood inside there. And we have to spread a piece of cloth at the crematorium yard, perform a ceremony and rest the cloth on top of the box, and they go on with the box. And you only have 10 minutes for that. Well, I think it's getting a little better and a little better, a little better. And all the loved ones could do is just cry, and you hear the pain in their tears and in their voice, and you wonder, is this life? What are we into this world? We are nothing. Don't be too proud. If you hold a position, because you have to leave that. And whatever we can leave will leave us. Let us take our hands and do good things. Listen to good things with our ears. See good things with our eyes. You know, I went to a primary school at Plumita. In that village, you didn't have no Hindu school, and I learned. Be careful, little hands, what you touch. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. For there is a Father up above, and He's looking down on you, so be careful, little hands and mouth and feet. You know, we have strength, and we could tell people what we want, and do people what we want. But my dear devotees, we have a day called Judgment Day. In Hindi we say, Jaise karni, vaise bharani. What goes around does come around. So my friends, just remember, as you plant, so you shall reap. As you make at your bed, so you shall lay on it. But remember, one of the greatest service one can do, or the greatest of prayer one can do, is towards the parents. Today, I am very, very proud of this family. They treated their mother so nicely, took care of her, and gave her her after rites. Today, they have done the same for their father. And my dear devotees, God has blessed us with an earthly mother and father, and if we can be good to them, the doors of heaven is open. In Hindi we say, Jina mata pita ki seva ki, tina tirat snana kiyo na kiyo. Be of service to your parents. Don't wait until they die, then you want to give them flowers and do all the best things you want. To do what? And to show whom? Give them while they can bless you, they can appreciate it. Even in the Western world, the Bible says, honor thy mother and father, for thy days shall be long on earth. Are correct, John? Yes. And in Islam, for us in the back there, paradise lies at the feet of your mother. Today, children, get fed up with parents. And you know what they do? They have something called HOME. What they build ain't good enough for them to stay in. They put them in a home. Everybody busy. But you know your mother and father was never busy for you. Nowadays it have huggies and chickies and all kind of thing. I sure Uncle Sam never wear those things. He wear diaper. That was cloth and bedding. And how many nights we wet our parents. How many nights we give them sleepless nights. How many days due to poverty they fed us and went without a meal. And today children are turning their backs on their parents. Turning their back on their parents. How they can see God's face. My friends, God has put them in our life that we'll be able to treat them well. And if we cannot treat our earthly mother and father good, the heavenly mother and father will not be present to give us any salvation. So if you have done wrong to your parents, after this funeral, go home. Yes, I ain't saying no. Your parents might have some ways and attitude you don't like, but that doesn't mean to say you are the parent and they are the child. Go and ask them for forgiveness, for life is too short. And when they come in a box like this, you want to come and tell him in the ears, well, he can't hear. I could tell him anything I want, and he wouldn't reply to me. But when you go and you say, Ma, I know I have shortcomings. And everybody in this world, every human being, no one human being is born perfect. Everybody has shortcomings. Therefore, when you do such a good, you know what you're doing? You're freeing your conscience and you're going to live freely. So do not become an enemy to your parents. Love them. Cherish them. For when a day like this comes, and after this body goes, there is only a photo that's going to hang on the wall, and you're going to speak volumes to that photograph. So, as I conclude, my final message is, do good, and good will follow you. So, at this time, let us all stand. Give them flowers. Joanne, the roses. Whoever you want to put the roses now, give them. We're going to sing our final Sitaram to them, to him. As we sing our final Sitaram to our dear brother, I don't know that somebody for that. So while I sing this bhajan, as we bid him farewell, as we say our final Sitaram to him, we put the roses. Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram kahiye, jaye vidhi rakhe Rama, jaye vidhi rakhe Rama, taye vidhi rahiye. Sitaram, Sitaram, मुका में हो राम नाम, राम सेव हाथ में, विधि का तुआ खेल नहीं प्यारे, राम तेरे साथ में, विधि का विधान जान, विधि का विधान जान, हानल बसहिए. सीताराम, सीताराम, सीताराम कहिए, जाए विधि राखे राम, जाए विधि राखे राम, ताये विधि रहिए. सीताराम, सीताराम, सीताराम कहिए, जाए विधि राखे राम, जाए विधि राखे राम, ताये विधि रहिए. Sitaram, Sitaram. Let us all put our hands together, bow our heads in prayer. And I beseech you, despite whatever religion you may belong to, I want you to speak to God as you know Him. And if the deceased has done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, let us ask God to forgive his sins, but grant unto his soul eternal rest and peace. Sri Krishna Chandra Maharaj Prabhu, Benati itani, suniye, suniye, Benati itani, सुनिए, सुनिए, भवसागर धार बहुत गहरी, कोई नाव यहाँ चाहिए, चाहिए, कोई नाव यहाँ चाहिए, चाहिए. श्री राम के नाम को नाव बना, बिना परिश्रम तरिए, तरिए, बिना परिश्रम तरिए, तरिए. श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज प्रभु, बेनती इतनी, सुनिए, सुनिए, बेनती इतनी, सुनिए, सुनिए. ओम कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभावत कर्मोमि अध्यात् सकलं परस्मै नारायणयेति समर्पयामि. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविडं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा। ॐ अमुख गोत्र अमुख प्रेतस्य अमुख नाम रामजित रामदीन 5 तत्व शांति, मनः शांति, आत्मा शांति। ओम शांति शांति शांति। बोलो राम नाम सत्य है। At this time, may you take your seats in silence. And for all those who would like to come and pay their last respects, you can do so now. In a couple of minutes, we'll be leaving to the banks of the Caroni River for cremation. Thank you very much for a wonderful song, sister.
recording already? Too much people.